Oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. I should have known better. Like, I am terrible. So, I'm literally terrible about putting gas in my car. I will drive this bitch until the gas light comes on. I'm awful. Like, I don't know why. I just like detest putting gas in my car. Um, it's just a thing. Like, I just don't like doing it. And that's why I miss when my husband is home, because my husband will literally like take my car and go fill it up with gas and I don't have to worry about it. So I'm out right now and my gas light is not on yet, but it's getting there. And so I'm like, okay, well, let me stop and get some gas in my car because there's a few places that I need to go. And I know I need gas in my car. So I go to the gas station and lo and behold, they are fucking packed. Packed. So I'm like, fuck this. So I left the gas station and now I'm looking for another gas station just to like keep you abreast to what I'm doing. But anyways, I wanted to talk about the truths of the untruths, right? So I have a stalker troll. I have a stalker troll, and I have no doubt that the stalker troll is going to show up in my chat, which I'm not going to be able to read very well because hi Black Dust, how are you? Because I left my glasses at home. Like, my eyes suck. I'm literally like blind as a bat. I can't see far away and I can't see up close. So I have contacts for distance and readers for up close because I will never ever in my life be caught in a pair of fucking bifocals. Will not fucking happen. So I left my glasses at home, so I can't really see shit when I look at my phone. But anyways, I wanted to talk about the truths of the untruths, right? So I have a stalker troll who loves to come into my chat and remind me of how I don't tell the truth, blah 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 blah. Okay, so let's do this. Let's put it all out there. Let's talk about the truths of the untruths, right? I don't know where to even start, like where this troll thinks I need to clarify myself, but let's do it. Love the librarian look. Yeah. So, okay. Years ago, like 10 years ago, 10 years ago, I met up with Kevin Leroy. I did. He flew here from Portland to Kansas City. We had talked behind the scenes for a very long time before I had even agreed to meet up with him, right? So let me go into that story. Let's start there. Let's start with Kevin. Um, I have nothing. I have absolutely nothing bad to say about Kevin Leroy. I don't. I don't. He was a great guy. He was he was just a great guy. He was very genuine. Um we talked about a lot of different things in life and a lot of different things that we wanted in life, but my issue with him, okay? My issue with him was what caused the whole fallout between me and Kevin Leroy was Jay Cavassier. Jay Cavassier caused the entire fallout between him and I. Um, I told Kevin Leroy multiple times that I was just friends with Jay Cavassier. Like, it was strictly plutonic. There was nothing going on between the two of us, and he didn't want to believe it. Like, I have said publicly for years, that Jay Cavassier and I were just friends. We never had a sexual relationship. We never had anything like that. Jay Cavassier literally has been in my chat for years. He's never denied me saying that we only had a plutonic relationship. He's never denied that because that is true. Jay Cavassi and I were just friends. We are still friends. That is it. We never had a sexual relationship whatsoever. It was completely plutonic. And Kevin would not believe me no matter what I said, no matter what I did. He absolutely would not believe that my relationship with Jay was strictly plutonic. So that's kind of like what caused our whole falling out, right? It caused everything to happen between us. Um, I I don't have anything bad to say about the guy. I truly don't. Like, I'm sorry that like things happened the way that they happened, and I think like my biggest mistake in 100% actuality was denying knowing him. I never should have said that I did not know Kevin Leroy or that I had never met him. I never should have said that. Those words should have never came out of my mouth. I should have been honest, but let me explain why I wasn't, okay? I hurt Kevin Leroy. I did. I hurt him. And I didn't do it intentionally because I kept telling him that Jay Cavassi and I were just friends. He didn't believe me. He didn't want to believe it. He kept telling me that I was cheating on him. I was doing all of this stuff that I was not doing. Back then, I was a single mom. I had 4 kids. I worked 2 full-time jobs. I worked 2 full-time jobs to take care of my kids, to put a roof over their head, to buy them everything that they wanted, clothes, shoes, video game, whatever my kids wanted, cheerleading, dance classes, sports. I did all that shit by myself. And so I worked 2 full-time jobs. And so when I would tell him, like, I'm at work, I can't talk right now, or I'll call you back, or I couldn't respond to all of his text messages or his Facebook messages, then he would accuse me of cheating on him, which I was not doing. I was not doing that at all. Of course I spoke to him on the phone. I talked to him on the phone. We text each other back and forth all the time. Like, he came here from Portland to Kansas City. Yeah, we spent genuine time together. We had genuine times together. It's just, he wouldn't believe, like, the whole situation with me and Jay Cavassier. He would not believe that we were just platonic friends. Hey, fantastic. So that kind of is what started the whole downfall of me and him. And then it got to the point where, like, I just couldn't take it anymore. Like, I couldn't take the accusations of things that were not happening. I could not take the constant, like, you're ignoring me, when I was never ignoring him. I was busy. I was working. And even if I would prove to him that I was at work, that wasn't good enough, because I was lying. I wasn't at work. And I was at work. Hold on just a second, guys. I gotta start the gas pump because my husband's out of town, so I have to pump my own fucking gas. But I'll be right back. All right, gas is pumping. Gas is pumping. So when Kevin Leroy got seriously mad at me, he started going to people in the sector. He went to Mike Mills, he went to Tina, and he was offering, like, to pay people to roast me. And I have to keep, I mean, I'm telling the truths of the untruth, right? So I literally have to keep it honest. And the things that he was telling people were not factual truths. Like, he was not telling people 100% the truth. He was giving a story, and he was trying to pay people to roast me off of his stories. And that hurt. Like, literally. Like, I'm like, I can't believe that, like, you're going around and saying this stuff about me. Plus, at the time, like, again, this was 10 years ago. And back then, I played offense a hell of a lot more than I play defense now, right? Because I had to learn. I was still a rookie. I was still green. I was still new. I was still all of this shit. And I didn't know how to do anything but try to defend myself. So, um, so yeah, I just came back with, I don't know him, never met him. And I shouldn't have done that. I should not have. And I have openly admitted that. I have openly said that my biggest mistake was saying I did not know Kevin Leroy. But also at the time, like, guys, listen, we are not famous people here, okay? You're not going to be able to take my stories and sell them on Entertainment Tonight, or sell them on TMZ, or get paid off of some wild story about me. I'm not a famous person. I'm not. And I feel like I'm a grown woman who paid her own bills, raised her own kids, raised her kids to the 100% absolute best of her ability. I did not have to explain to any strangers online who in the fuck I let in my bed. Like, I felt like that was violating my personal life, right? Because I do feel like that people have a right to privacy. So what I was doing in the privacy of my own home, and with whom I was doing it with, was my business. Like, it was not for him to go and tell everybody on YouTube my private personal business. I didn't want all that shit out there. Like, I didn't want what happens in my bedroom to be public on YouTube. 1 second. Because I am by far I am by far some important celebrity or some important person on this fucking universe, right? I'm by far some important person on this universe. So I felt violated, and I felt like this is insane. Like, why would you tell all of these strangers, like, the fact that, like, you and I met up and that we had a relationship thing going on, and then I slept with you, and then I did all, like, why would you tell people this? Like, this is none of their business. I felt like I had a right to have some form of privacy in my life, and it was violated. And it is what it is. It's over with, right? This was 10 years ago. It is what it is. It's done and over with, right? But I have nothing bad to say about him. I get why he was upset. I get why he was mad. I get why he felt the way that he felt. But I never used him. I never used him because truthfully and honestly, I respected him and I cared deeply about him. I truly did. I truly cared about Kevin Leroy. I did. And it sucks that he's now, since passed away. And it sucks even more that, like, I never had an opportunity to 100% clear the air with him. And it sucks even more than that he did not believe that everything between Jay Cavazzi and I was simply platonic. It sucks, but that is the truth. Okay, that is the whole truth. Now, me saying that Jay Cavazzi had a helicopter, that is not true. That is not what was said. So again, let's go back 10 years ago, right? I was on a live stream and I was with me and Tiffany, okay? And it sucks that our channels get flagged all the time because all of the old content that we had, we can't pull it up to prove, which I have nothing to prove. I don't have to prove shit to you motherfuckers. I don't. I do not have to prove a motherfucking thing to you. But you're not going to come into my chat or in my comment section and say shit that's not actually what the fuck happened. So, 10 years ago, or more, or less, sorry, whatever, maybe 8 years ago, I was on a live stream with Tiffany and we were talking about taking a vacation, right? We were talking about going on vacation. And so in that live stream, Jay Cavassier was in my chat. He was in my chat. And I said to him, well, maybe he can come pick us up on a private plane. That's what I said. I never said he owned a private plane. I never said he owned a helicopter. I never said anything like that. See, what you don't know about Jay, and I'm not going to put his life out there or his business out there, but he is a pilot. He's a pilot with a pilot license, right? He's not like a commercial pilot. He doesn't fly for Delta. He doesn't fly for American Airlines, nothing like that. But he has a pilot license in which he can fly planes. And so I know that he would go to like an airfield and he would rent a plane for a day, rent a plane for a week, whatever, and he would just fly. And so in my live, I was joking with Tiffany and said, maybe we can get Jay Cavassier to pick us up in a private plane. That's what I said. I didn't say his private plane. I didn't say a helicopter. I didn't say anything like that. And again, this is why I wish that you soft ass pussies didn't fucking flag all the time, because I could have brought that up and played the fucking words that I said. But people are pussies and they fucking flag. And then we lose all of the content that we spent years creating, and we can't go back in history and say, no, you're full of shit. That's not what I said. But whatever. We'll stick with it. We'll stick with it. And then I never lived on a ranch and owned horses. Okay, that's a whole fucking lie. When I first came into YouTube, I lived on a farm. I lived on a farm. Okay. It wasn't like I had cows and chickens and shit like that. Not that kind of farm. I lived on a horse farm. I lived on my horse farm where I had my own horses. I did videos all the time of my horses. I did videos all the time inside of my home. I did videos all the time on the land. I did all that shit for fucking years. I did that shit. So if anyone has been around since the beginning of me being in YouTube, they can tell you. They can tell you. I have showed homes. I've showed horses. I've showed land. I've shown me riding horse. Like, what the fuck? This shit is insane. But again, I played defense, or I played offense. I played offense all the fucking time. So every time someone would say something about me, I couldn't wait to prove them wrong, right? And then it dawned on me, and people kept telling me, like, stop playing offense, play defense. Fuck what they say. Fuck what they say. Which 100%, absolutely, fuck what they say. It just kills me, you know? It just fucking kills me. Was there? I'm telling the truths of the untruths, right? Okay. So there are things that over the years, when LA and I were beefing, that I would say that were not true. I would say things about LA not true. Where do I start? Um, LA did not poop his pants. He did not poop his pants in Michigan when he wore the white jeans. He did not. In fact, I'll tell you where I came up with that one, and I didn't even come up with that one, to be honest. It was Beasley. Beasley told me. Beasley told me to tell everybody that he pooped his pants when he had on the white jeans. And so I did. But that was not true. He did not poop his pants. That was never true. Um, he was not smoking crack or glass stick or anything on the balcony in Michigan. He was not. He was smoking. That's what he was smoking. He was smoking weed. He wasn't smoking anything illegal or anything crazy like that. He was literally smoking weed. What else? When LA came to Kansas City, he did not walk in with a Dollar General bag full of dirty clothes. That's not true. LA did actually have luggage. Yes, he did. I don't know. What else is there out there? What else? Oh, my medical history. Okay. So a few months ago, whenever it happened that Section 8 was blowing up my fucking phone over and over, I was having a fucking day. Like literally, I literally like have not been 100% right in the head ever since Tiffany was murdered. I have not. I have not. I go to therapy. I'm not ashamed to admit that I have a therapist. I'm not ashamed to admit that like I need help to cope with what I saw. I need help to cope with what I have been going through. I have needed help to cope with the crime scene. I've had it. I'm not gonna lie about that. Like I literally have not been doing well ever since then. Okay, I have not. I have not been 100% on my A game since Tiffany was murdered. That whole situation, like literally, just completely fucked up my entire everything. It was horrific. And when I closed my eyes, you know, I had nightmares and I had night terrors and I couldn't sleep and I couldn't eat and I couldn't function and I couldn't a lot of things. Like I was, my husband, God love him, was trying so hard. My husband was like, baby, let me take your pain. And I couldn't. I lashed out at everybody. I lashed out at my family. I lashed out at other friends. I lashed out at people who were trying to support me. Like I literally just could not fucking take it. Okay. So the day that Section 8 kept blowing up my phone, I should have blocked him. 100 fucking 10%. I should have blocked him. I should never have fed into that shit. But I had a fucking breakdown that day. I literally had a complete and total fucking meltdown. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I'm human, right? At the end of the day, no matter what you see on YouTube, I am a human being, right? And I had a fucking emotional breakdown that day. And I don't give a fuck. I don't deny it. So, as many times as Rio wants to play the recording of me on the phone with Section 8, be my fucking guest. I don't give a fuck. I lost my shit that day. I was already having a bad day. I was already, like, my whole day was off to a bad start that day. And then on top of everything else I was dealing with and I was going through, and I had just finished my therapy session and I had a breakdown in therapy, then I had Section 8 blowing up my fucking phone, like trolling the fuck out of me and just questioning me. I had a fucking complete breakdown. I did. But I wish that Miss L, I really wish that Miss L was in my chat right now. I really do. I wish Miss L was in my chat right now. Because when Section 8 was questioning me about certain things, Miss L and Section 8 literally have my medical records. They literally have my fucking medical records. And if you listen to the conversation that Rio loves to play over and over and over and over, you will literally hear Section 8 ask Miss L, because she works in healthcare, are any of these diagnoses related to cancer? And you can hear Miss L saying, uh-huh. Yep, that one. That one. So what the fuck? I don't have to lie about my fucking medical diagnoses. And I never should have even have told anybody back then. I never even should have divulged that information back then. But again, I played offense and not defense, right? And I don't have to come up here and explain shit to anybody. I don't owe anyone an explanation. I do not. I don't owe anyone a fucking thing. So, but if you want to come in the chat and you want to spam my chat with all this bullshit, the least I could do is sit here and tell the truths of the untruths. I said a lot of shit about LA back in the day. Yes, I did. LA said a lot of shit about me back in the day. Yes, he did. And it's so fucking crazy to me because you trolls and even content creators, it's funny because like when you rock with somebody, everybody loves you, right? Everybody loves you. You rock with Mike Mills loves you, his trolls love you, his supporters love you. But the minute that you fall out, you're like hated, right? Same thing with Rio. You rock with Rio and his trolls love you and everybody loves you and everything is cool and nobody has shit to say about you. But the minute you fall out, everybody hates you. And the same for LA. Everybody loves you when you rock with LA, but when you fall out, everybody hates you. That's just the way this fucking game goes. Hold on 1 second. All right, my bad. And then, like, if you start rocking with somebody that everybody else doesn't like, then everybody really hates you. I mean, that's the name of the game. And it doesn't bother me because I don't give a fuck who likes me. I don't give a fuck who hates me. At the end of the day, you don't know any of us fucking personally. You don't. You don't know any of us personally. You don't know us. You don't know what my life is really like. You don't know what I do in my real life. You don't know what I do on my day to day. Just like LA, just like Mike Mills, just like Rio, just like anybody. You people don't fucking really know us. And no, I'm not defending Rio or Mike Mills in any way. Not. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, you don't truly know what happens in someone's fucking life. All you see is what is publicly displayed on YouTube, in which we all come on here and we play some type of character for your entertainment. That's all it is entertainment. We tell untruths to entertain. So, when people get up here and they act like total yags and they make complete yaggy comments, that's some shit you need to pay attention to, right? That's some real shit. That's some real life weird shit. And it's even more weird that a bunch of people who don't fucking know you literally follow you and listen to every word you say. Literally, like they can't wait to hear what you're going to say next. They can't wait to hear, you know, what you got to say about this person or what. I mean, like, do any of you have any real fucking lives? Because just as much as content creators spend on YouTube, so do you trolls. It's like you literally troll YouTube just waiting on someone to go live. It's crazy to me. Crazy to me. I don't know. So you're saying it's not that I'm too young. Oh my God, fantastic. Are you 30 now? Are you 30 now, Max? I know. I know. You've been waiting to turn 30. I know. But no, you are too young, my guy. I like older men. I've always liked older men. I've always been attracted to older men. And when I say older men, I mean like older than myself. I've never been a cougar. Never been a cougar. Oh, you're 31 now. Well, so I don't know. But yeah, I did. I told a lot of untruths on LA. I did. And I was even like typing them in the chat the other day just to prove like what I have said that it's not accurate. It's not. And yeah, LA and I went back and forth for years and years and years on this. And for what though? For real. Like what was really the cause of our initial beef? Like what even started it from the very beginning? And does that even matter? Because at the end of the day, when you do meet people and you do know someone on a personal level, and then you have something that connects the two of you, when you do have something that connects the two of you, which for us, our connection was our love that we had for Tiffany. That was what connected us. And I'm not saying that LA is in love with Tiffany. I'm not saying that at all. But the love that he had for Tiffany and the love that I had for Tiffany is what connected us. And because we both lost someone who was so meaningful to us, it gave us every reason to make peace. And it's so fucking sad that a bunch of adults, as you all claim you are, can't understand that. That is sad that you can't understand how adults can be adults. And I am thankful and I am grateful, despite what anyone has to say, because I don't give a fuck. I am thankful and I am grateful for being able to squash those beefs with Phoenix and LA, because I truly adore having them in my life. I truly do. And you can say what you want. I don't give a fuck. You don't know the level that we're on. And you'll never understand until you grow the fuck up. So, anyways, that's all I came live to say. I literally have plans today and I don't plan on being on YouTube all day, but I just had to speak what's on my mind, you know. It's so unfortunate and I think about it all the time. Yes, I'm married. I'm happily married. I'm happily married. I love my husband. I love my husband beyond words. But I do think about regrets that I have from not making things right with Kevin Leroy. I do think about that. I do. And I wish that I would have had time to do that, you know? Because if there's one thing in this life you never have enough of, is time. You never have enough time. You don't have enough time to spend with people that you love before you lose them. You don't have enough time to make amends. You don't have enough time to do anything in life. Like, that's the one thing that we run short of in this life, is time. And that is one of the hardest lessons that I have learned over the past year and a half, is that there's never enough time. And so while I have time, I want to make amends with those that I need to make amends with, because I've lost the opportunity with so many other people, and it sucks. So I am grateful and I am appreciative and I am proud of the friendship that I have with LA and Phoenix. And if any of you have a problem with that, you all can suck a bag of dicks, because you need to grow the fuck up. And that's all I got right now.